Hello and welcome to Nyla's Knitting Nook. My name is Nyla and I am a knitter and crochet artist based in New Jersey. Today I'm coming to you with a project blog for this very sweater that you see here. This is the Grayling V-neck sweater by Magdalena of Knitonomy, and I test knit this sweater for her back in April. Spoiler alert, I did not finish on time for the test, which was kind of the first time that I missed a deadline by so much, but I did run out of yarn in the middle of this project. However, Magdalena was very understanding and I was still able to give her a lot of feedback on the test and, you know, the yardage and things that I used. I kept very particular notes and also, you know, the vlog. So I was able to give her some good feedback. And then once I got more yarn to finish the project, I updated her on everything. So please come along with me as I do my first ever cable knit sweater. And I hope that you enjoy the process. I do want to advise, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I use Drops Nepal in the color chalk that I purchased from Wool Warehouse. And then I also use 5.5 millimeter needles. And I really did enjoy the project. Now, as I said, the test was in April. I didn't finish the project till June, and it is currently December. Oops. But one of the things that reminded me that I had this vlog is that I recently wore the sweater for the first time out one of my office days at work. It's, you know, it finally got cold enough to wear it, given that I knit it in the off season, and it has been a good wear so far. And I love the way that it blocked out at the end. So please watch, please enjoy, and I hope that you'll come back. Have a good one. Today is actually my mom's birthday, and I am here waiting for her. She's actually gonna get a facial, and then we're gonna do some errands. Might stop in Ulta, Old Navy. I did a couple of returns, so we're just hanging out, and I'm doing some car knitting. Excited for this project and hoping that it works up quickly because it's due on Sunday. Oops. Okay. So, a little progress check. We've done the first cable, the first repeat, and I am just a few rows away from my, we've done the first repeat, the first cable, and I'm a few rows away from my next cable. This is the back panel, so let me just hold it. Oh, it's a little curly right now, but yeah, this is the back, and we're increasing as we go. And it is working up quick, just like everybody in the test group said, so I'm excited. So it is working up quickly, which is a good surprise after doing like fingering and fingering with lace weight. So I'm gonna keep going and we'll see what happens. So, it's been a long day. I'm finally home after being in the city all day for work, and then I took the train to Yarnia to go to knit night, and now I'm home working, and I thought I was almost done with my back panel, just doing the last repeat before the last set of rows before the back panel is done. And I'm like, oh, I should probably count my stitches because I know there was a stitch count. And I was looking at it and I'm like, well, it's getting a little, I know it's not blocked, but I'm like, it's getting a little long and a little like wide. And then when I count my stitches, I think I have like at least 20, if not more, stitches that I'm supposed to have. So I go back and read the pattern, and I've actually done an extra set of the repeat, the cable repeat. So I worked the first set of the repeat, and then at the end of that it says like, oh, work X amount of times for your size. But I took it as X more times, and that's the thing that always trips me up in patterns, whether something is like the total number of rows that you work something, or if it's the total number of times that you will additionally work what you just worked, if that makes sense. So that's what I just missed. So I am now frogging back. Hopefully I can pick up the stitches without affecting the last cable. I did put like a stitch marker where I'm gonna rip back to, which should be just before the cable, and then if necessary, so I'm gonna frog to the stitch marker, put the stitches back on the needle, count the stitches again, see where I am, and then go from there. If I need to tink back more, I'll just do it, you know, one by one on the needle. So yay, a mistake. But that's the process of knitting, isn't it? Okay, we are back in business. We have frogged appropriately to the exact right row. There's my stitch marker. And so now we just have to knit as established for X amount of rows, and the back will be done. Yes. I think today is now day 3 of working on this grayling v-neck. Yesterday was a travel day. My sister and I flew to Atlanta, and then we met my mom there and drove to South Carolina to spend time with my grandpa. So I didn't get to do any like talking, but I did take a couple clips of my progress yesterday. So I have managed, let me see. Okay, I finished my back panel, so that's the back. And now I have attached for my left shoulder and my right shoulder. So I'm working on the right shoulder now. I will say that the pickup is a little bit tricky. So you do have 2 options in the pattern. The first one is to cast on the shoulder separately and then do a crochet seam to connect the back and the shoulder, but that seems like a lot of effort. And with that option, I believe the designer said that you would get a more defined line at the pickup, at the shoulder seam, but I just decided to do regular pickup stitches, which is also fine, and she provides the instructions to do that. So once you pick up, you start to form the neckline shaping on one side. And the only thing that is challenging with the pickup, I don't know if I'll be able to show it well because this is unblocked, but the only thing that is challenging about the pickup is that you have to align essentially the cable columns and the purl columns. And so it's not just like, when you're knitting stockinette or something, your pickup, the columns should align, but if you're like off center a little bit, it doesn't really matter. But with this, it is kind of visible if you're off center for the cable rows and the purl columns. So I did have to go back a couple of times. I think for the left shoulder, I only went back once and was able to realign my pickup. For the right shoulder, I did have to do it like 2 or 3 times, but I also did find a way to so for the right shoulder, you start at the bottom and pick up towards the neck. On the left shoulder, you start at the neck and pick up towards the armhole. But doing this one, and then of course you knit back the other way. And so when I started to knit back the other way, I found I was off center. It was off alignment, maybe halfway through. So what I ended up doing was just pulling my needle out for the first half of the cast on stitches, and then using that tail end to kind of re-pick them up, which that took me a minute to like figure out how to get it to go the right direction, but I was able to do it. And I've started the shaping for the neckline on the right side as well, so hopefully I can finish that today. And I haven't read ahead, but I'm assuming that after I finish the shaping, that will be when I join, because I think the shaping here is done and it does kind of match up with the length of the back panel. So maybe there will be like one more repeat together, like join the front pieces before I join to the back, but we'll see. I'm excited for it. It is working up quickly, so now I kind of see why all the other testers were like finishing in a week or 2 as soon as the test started. But I'm excited for my progress. I just put we're going out today to visit some family, and we might be doing cooktop golf, but I did stick several stuck several skeins of yarn in my project bag, so we'll see where the day takes us. We did it, Joe. And by it, I don't mean that we've finished the sweater, but we have joined in the round. Yay. So today is Sunday. It is about 10:30 now, and we are finally home from South Carolina. We drove this morning from South Carolina to Atlanta, and then we flew from Atlanta to Newark. And so yesterday I had joined my, I finished my right front panel, my right shoulder. And then on the plain, I worked to connect the right and left shoulder and join into the front, which is just about one cable length worth. And now I have finished that up and joined in the round. And then I just have to do, I think, 3 repeats and I will start the ribbing for the body, which is exciting because I feel like I can get that done, not tonight because I'm going to go to bed at a decent time, but it shouldn't take me too long tomorrow. Today is officially the due date of the test, so I did miss that, unfortunately, and that is, I don't want to say the first time I've missed the deadline, but most of the designers that I've worked with have been flexible, and really the only thing I've missed previously is just submitting the feedback form. But I did reach out to Magdalena on Friday, and I let her know that I didn't think I would be able to have everything done by Sunday, and she said that was okay. I could have a few extra days. So I do have tomorrow off of work, and I'm gonna just be working away on this. I definitely think I can get the body done tomorrow, and then we'll see how much of the sleeves I can get done. Magdalena did say that the most important thing to her, besides, like, she obviously wants photos and things like that, but that's not as important as getting the yardage. And I think especially since she's already has a version of this a different neckline version that she had tested and released. This is kind of already sort of towards the final stages. My hair is doing crazy things, so ignore that. But yeah, I'm just here gonna be working on the body until I go to bed. I don't know if I'll pick up the neckline before I do the sleeves or not. Maybe I will, because that will make me feel like it's finished, but that's not typically how I work unless the pattern calls for that. So we'll see. I'm just here catching up on some YouTube. I've watched We Go Wild. I've watched on the plane or on the ride from South Carolina to Atlanta, I was watching Tangerine Knits. I also watched an episode from Jamie Creates. She had a knitting vlog of her doing a test knit. And she's like, I'm doing this now so I don't procrastinate. And I'm like, here I am, having procrastinated. And now I'm watching TL Yarn Crafts do a destashing video. So I have lots of things. Oh, I watched Knit and Grace as well. She had a knitting vlog of her recent trip to Toronto. So I have lots of things to keep me company as I work through this. And I still have plenty of yarn left. I think I'm only up to my 6th ball of the Drops and Paul. So we'll see how far we go. now. Or move on to the neckline and then the shoulders. I mean the sleeve. I've tried it on. I like it so far. I am not worried about running out of yarn, but maybe also I am. But given that I'm already past the deadline, I don't know if I want to, from where it is, if I want to keep doing, there's supposed to be one more repeat before the ribbing, but I don't know if I'm comfortable just going into the ribbing now. So maybe I should move on to a sleeve or something before I decide if I want to do the last repeat or not. The other challenging thing is that I don't know how much it's going to block out. So, oops, sorry. Right here is my belly button. If I went straight into the ribbing, it probably, if I do this much ribbing, that's like a decent length for a sweater. If I do a whole nother repeat and then do ribbing, it'll be into my crotch. Maybe I'll go look at some other tester photos and then decide. Good morning. So I woke up before my alarm today. Who knows why. So I decided to pick up on my sweater. I'm worried about running out of yarn, so I've picked up with the neckband so far. Picked up on the neckband. I am liking, I'm only 3 rows in, but I'm liking how the center stitch works up. This is only my second v-neck, so I haven't done this particular technique for the neckline. But yeah, I'm gonna just work the neckband today. I'm working from home today, so if there's downtime, I may be able to get a couple rows in. Hopefully I'll finish the neckband by midnight tonight, or at midnight tonight. And then I've also just done a quick calculation of how much yarn I might need for the sleeves. So originally I've had 6 skeins set aside for the neck and the sleeves, and I've attached a new one of those 6 skeins to do the neckline. I still have the body attached to the last ball I was working on for the body. So for the body, the skein I'm currently working on, I only have this much left plus 1 skein. So we'll see. And then what I've calculated so far, so for the body, it's taking me like 11 rows per skein, just about. So with the number of stitches on the body, that's like total stitches times row, it's about 3,000 stitches per skein of yarn. And so I just looked at the pattern and saw how many stitches were supposed to be cast on for the sleeve and the number of rows that you're supposed to work for the sleeve. So I think including ribbing, it should be like 11,000 plus stitches, and that is about 3.6 skeins, over 3.5 skeins per sleeve. So given that I only have 6 total, including the one for the neckband, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm gonna do the neck and maybe one of the sleeves and then try it on again and see if I would like to shorten the body. I tried it on last night and I'm kind of comfortable with where it is. It might be good to do a little bit longer, like instead of maybe doing the last full repeat, maybe I just work, you know, work some rows and then go into the ribbing without doing the last cable round. Because the other thing not accounted for is the bind off. So, yeah, we'll just see how it works out. I could always order more yarn, but I wanted to be done with it this week. But the designer did say she cares more about knowing yardage than pictures immediately. So I think that if I get the neck and one sleeve done, then I can give her, you know, if I know exactly how much it takes me for one sleeve, then I can just give her the estimate for the second sleeve and the, you know, the rest of the sweater, and then we'll be done with that. I also have some other things that I want to move on to. So I'm hoping that I can wrap this up, you know, definitely before the end of this week. I would like to be done by tomorrow, but as I've seen, I underestimate how long things will take me. So just gonna keep going. Have a good day. Hello there. So just checking in with progress. Today is Wednesday, and I worked from home. It was also knit night at Yarnia in Montclair, and so I worked on my grayling at knit night. Did I cast it on this morning? I think I cast it on my neckband this morning. I woke up early for some reason, like an hour early. So when I realized I wasn't gonna go back to sleep, I cast on for my neckband and I worked on it at knit night and I have finished. I just did the bind off, so it is a folded neckband. I really like the way that the V-neck shaping is. This double decrease is really cute. I think that the pattern calls for a folded neckband, but I was considering, and I think you could get away with not doing the folded part, which I wouldn't mind. I mean, it looks good, but this doing the increases here, so when you first start, you're decreasing, and then you do a row of double knitting for the fold, and then you keep knitting up, but it starts to increase now so that you match what's on the front, so that when you fold it down, everything is even. But it got a bit tight when doing these increases, and it was also kind of tight when sewing. Like, I could feel the tension in my hand when I was sewing it down. Not that this is too tight. The instructions also say to put elastic in, but I don't have any, so we'll wait until after we block to see if we need it. But yeah, it's almost 11:30, so I think that I'm done for the day. I still need to do the last repeat on the body, and and also the ribbing, and then once that's done, I can move on to the sleeves. I don't know, maybe I mentioned it earlier, but I did do some calculations this morning of how much I might need for the sleeves, and I think I could just eke it by with the amount of yarn that I have left. But so from this morning, I cast on with a new skein. So one of the 6 that I had set aside for the sleeves, I cast it on for the neckband, and I still have the ball attached to the body. This is what I have left of one of the skeins, and then my last skein for the body. Not sure if those would be enough, but whatever. And then so that leaves me with 5 skeins plus this little bit for the sleeves, which from my calculations I don't think will be enough. So I just went ahead on Etsy and ordered some more yarn. I ordered 3 more skeins, which I think when I see, I don't really know how it happened, because when I signed up for the test, I did check my stash on Ravelry to see what I had that would be enough and would match the content. And maybe it's just that the Drops Nepal, which I knew I had in stash, is one of the recommended yarns for the pattern. And so I don't know if I picked by that or if maybe I read the original yardage estimate incorrectly, but from the original yardage, after I did my swatch and everything and I went back and I realized maybe I have less than what I should, the calculations I did at that time said I would need 3 more skeins. So with me being at this point, you know, where I just now have to finish the body and do the sleeves, I think that I will be okay with just getting still that 3 more skeins. So I ordered that on Etsy. Hopefully, I'm hoping it comes sooner than later, but it might not be here for at least another week. But that's okay, because I think I mentioned earlier, the designer really just wanted to know yardage, and if I get 1 full sleeve done, I think I can just tell her, you know, how much yardage that will be. But yeah, that's it. I'm ready for bed. Maybe I'll try this on, but we will resume body knitting tomorrow. Other than that, I think it's looking pretty darn good. So far, just kind of this, there's like extra here, but maybe it's just, maybe I just have to pull it down. Excited to see what blocking will do. Okay, so I haven't filmed for a day or 2. I think whenever I did the neckband last, but we have bound off on the body. The ribbing is done. I did forget, I think I started the ribbing last night and I was just going, and I forgot to change the needles. So my ribbing is done on the 5.5 instead of going down to the 4mm needles, but I didn't notice it until I was like 4 rows in. So I was just like, I don't know. And I stopped knitting last night because it was like 11:30. And then this morning I decided, oh, maybe I will go back. But then I went to go to the 4mm, and on the Chow Goose sets, the interchangeables, the 5.5 size and the 4mm are on 2 different size cords. So I would have had to take or knit onto an entire another cord, not just change the tips. So that was a no. So yeah, my ribbing is done on the 5.5mm, which is not supposed to be. I haven't taken my stitch marker out yet. This is Hello Lavender stitch marker I got at Flock. But yes, I'm very excited to have the body done. Oh, it could be a vest. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, I don't know how to get it better. yeah. I mean, obviously it's looser, and then I ended up not doing, she calls for a certain number of rows, and I did 4 less rows because I was feeling like this is just about, if not bigger than the size of the cables. So, but yeah, I don't mind it. And today is Friday, so that means Saturday can just be sleeves, and hopefully I get those done soon. Good night. Hello. So I actually forgot that I was filming this vlog, but I have resumed working on my grayling v-neck sweater. So where we left off, I had actually run out of yarn after doing the first sleeve, so everything on the sweater is done except for, well, one sleeve is done. I've already done the collar, the body's bound off and everything. I just had to do the second sleeve, but I ran out of yarn. And so I did reorder that. I got it on Etsy. I will link or put the seller name down below. It did arrive fairly quickly, but not before the end of the test knit. But because I had everything but one sleeve done, I was able to still get my yardage calculations and feedback back to Magdalena. And so she was understanding, you know, of the sleeve issue. But yeah, I ordered 3 additional skeins. They arrived, I think, May 9th. It is now, I got caught up with some other test knits. I think today is June 2nd, but I actually picked up for the second sleeve on the 31st. And this is my sleeve progress. I'm almost done. I have, I just did the 3rd of 4 repeats on the sleeve. So yeah, I'm coming along with that. I've used 2 of the 3 skeins that I ordered so far. So I just have 1 repeat left, which I can probably, I'm just looking down at the skein. Let me see. This might get me to the last repeat, and then I can use the 3rd skein for the ribbing. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to give you a project update. It's 9:06 p.m. right now. I've been working on this off and on all day today. I think I was on supposed to be, let's say, like 90-ish rows for the sleeve. I got up to row 37 last night. So yeah, I've done about where are we? I'm looking at my counter. I'm on row 73, hoping to at least get to the ribbing tonight, if not completely finish it, but we shall see. I've been catching up on some YouTube videos right now. I'm watching the Bea in her New Zealand trip. So yeah, we'll see how far we get. Hello, hello. It's a new day, but I'm back on the couch and I've started the ribbing on the sleeve. I only have 2 more rows to do before I do double knit rows because I'm gonna do Italian bind off. So we're almost at the finish line. Excited. Okay, so we are done with the sleeve. I just have to do the sewn bind off now, so I'm gonna get to that. I have my scissors here, I have my sewing needle, and I'm gonna measure out my tail and then get to work. Okay, some places say to do like 3 times the width, some say 4. I usually do 3 and a bit extra. So it's bright in here, but guess what's done? We have 2 sleeves. We have a whole sweater. Oh, I didn't even take my thing off yet. So let's try it on. I think I might still have ends to weave in, but typically I like to weave after blocking. No, I don't. That's not true. That's not true. I feel like it's crooked, but I don't know. Hold on. We have a whole sweater. Oh, I'm so excited. I probably should have tried on without my thing, but it's done. My first cable knit. my lovely sleeves. I'm excited to see how things will open up maybe after blocking, but that might be tomorrow's journey. We'll see. But yay, we're ready to block. Everything has been laid out, not using any pins, but that's okay. I may go get my fan. I have a fan that I use in my bedroom. Might just come and put that on the table to get some extra airflow in and hopefully dry it a little quicker. But other than that, we'll see it maybe in a day, 2 days, at least 24 hours, if not more. But yeah, this is it. You enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment below, share. If you have any thoughts or questions, please put them down below. I'd be happy to chat about it, and I'd love to know what that you've been working on, and if anything has taken you some time, or if you're a quick knitter, a quick finisher. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed. Please come back again, and I hope that you do something kind for yourself and something kind for someone else. Have a good one. Bye.